Hello, this is Dan Weedin. Welcome to Weedin Unleashed, a couple days late and a couple minutes late today. My apologies. That's what happens when you make changes. So actually today's topic on extra points from Monday is very fitting today, and I guess I'll use that as an example. So before I get too far into it, let me just remind everybody that my normal time for Weedin Unleashed is on Mondays at noon. I had a situation come up that we weren't able to do it, and so it got moved to today. I'm running just a little bit behind, so my apologies for that. We will get back up and running live on Mondays at noon, starting again next Monday. So plan on that. I believe that's the 29th. Monday at noon Pacific time, Weedin Unleashed will be talking about whatever next week's extra points is. For today, I hope you're having an opportunity to watch this. Those of you live and watching later on YouTube, thank you for taking your time to join me here today. So today's topic is going to be one that is really about I think it's a self-confidence issue. I talked, I'll even say this: self-confidence, forgiveness, and rewarding yourself. It's something that we, especially those of us who are our own bosses, who are entrepreneurs, we sometimes don't do a very good job of. I started the topic on extra points saying that I indulge in a cigar and a donut once a month. I was going to say once a week, but once a month. In talking to my doctor, they said that not only will that not be bad for me long term, but it's probably good for the spirit at some level. And so just this past weekend, I had an opportunity to enjoy a nice cigar and an opportunity to enjoy a nice creamy donut with cream filling, chocolate with cream filling. It was awesome. You know, I believe truly everything in moderation. When you see situations where people go overboard on something, and usually it's in an effort to try to improve themselves, there are consequences to those. That's where fad diets come in. That's where diets, I'm thinking of, from a losing weight standpoint, this is where things where people say, well, I'm restricted from any of this. I can't have any meat, or I can't have any vegetables, or all I can eat is fruit for 27 days, something like that. Doesn't make any sense. It is a quick fix type mentality that is kind of an all or nothing. We're going to dive all into this, and that's the only way it works. Well, the reality is that when it comes to losing weight, there is a tried and true method. You eat less sugar, eat less carbohydrates, exercise more, and drink lots of water, and cut back on the alcohol a little bit. You don't have to cut any of those out completely. You can cut back significantly, drastically, or even just a little bit. Increase the exercise, increase the movement, and you're going to lose weight. It may take a little bit longer, but it's going to be, in the end, better for you, because some of the dire circumstances of some of these fad diets and these things that kind of come out of nowhere are not very good. But it's not only for the behavior of that. I've seen people in the gym who at all costs will go in and spend hours in the gym 6 days a week. Well, what that does is it breaks your body down, and it's not necessarily good for you. I used to kind of go closer to that than I do today. Today I'm happy to get 45 minutes in 3-4 times a week, and that's good. And I intermix that with walking and other things. So here's what I'm trying to say: is when you go with an all or nothing mentality, bad things often can happen, and you don't get the desired result that you want. You find that you fail, and it hurts your self-confidence and all of that. So here's my message from Extra Points on Monday and for you here today. Everything in moderation, whether it be how you eat, what you eat, exercise, those are personal things, but also in what you do from a business standpoint. If you want to go out and do some marketing on your business, you probably can't devote 5 days of full-on marketing. You've got other things that you've got to do. On the other side of the coin, if you spend all your time working on the methodology of your business, your products and your services, but spend no time marketing, nobody's going to know you exist. There has to be a balance. Life, both professionally and personally, is about balance. I hear and talk to people who I coach and consult that they feel that their life is out of balance, either too much work or not enough or whatever the case might be. It's because sometimes we go into that all or nothing mentality. I forgot to put up the questions and answers. I'm going to do that now. Let's see, the feature is disabled. I wonder if I did it too late. If I did, I apologize. So that's not going to give people a chance to talk. I'm sorry about that. Like I said, today's a great opportunity to talk about that. So I was 7 minutes late today. I could let it affect me and not try to do a good job today, or not do it at all and say I plain forgot. But what you do is you go out and you do the best you can, and you understand that. I think one of the things that is most important in how I view life is if you've gone out and you've given it the best you could, and it just happened not to be good enough that day, that happens. You have to be able to forgive yourself for mistakes you make. You have to be able to not give yourself such a hard time for not doing something as well as you could. I was 5 minutes late today because I forgot to move over the time on my calendar, and I just all of a sudden remembered as I was making my lunch. So you know what? It's okay. This will end up being worthwhile, hopefully, to somebody because of the message and because it's going to be on forever for somebody to watch, and you're watching it now. So be able to say, hey, I forgive myself. I did the best I could with what I had or with whatever knowledge I had, and move forward. It takes self-confidence to do that. It takes an understanding that, hey, I'm okay. I'm a valuable human being to my friends, to my family. I'm valuable to the clients that I work with and to the people that I have professional relationships with. I'm good at what I do. Sometimes I'll make mistakes, but I'm going to forgive myself, and it'll be okay. Still part of that all or nothing mentality. It's okay to not be perfect, and it's also, you're never as bad as sometimes you might deem. You just have to keep an even flow on the balance that you have in what you're doing. So that's today's message, and normally I ask for questions and comments. I'm not going to get them today. I do see that we have viewers out there. I think I was supposed to put that up before I started the broadcast. That's my fault. Feel free to email me your thoughts and questions to dan@danweedin.com. I'm happy to answer them there. I'm also happy to answer them on my blog, which is at Weedin, W-E-E-D-I-N, Weedin360.com. So you can go onto the blog for this one, which is one from Monday, and ask your questions or make your comments there as well. So that's our topic for today, and without the interaction, it makes it a little bit harder. I've kind of rambled on here for about 10 minutes, so today may be a little bit shorter than normal. Bottom line is this. In your life, and we had our Weedin Unleashed yesterday, and the first message was that you don't have a personal life and a professional life. You have a life, and there's a balance there that needs to take place. You can't always look for the quick fix or the or whatever it is that's going to improve your behavior or your look that happens overnight. It doesn't work that way. Life is about being able to manage your priorities and your time and work to improve every day. It's a daily issue that you're working every day trying to enhance your skills and your behaviors so that it will lead a better life and a better career for you. When you put all your eggs into one basket and sacrifice other things, those sacrificial lambs, so to speak, may end up being a damage to you in the end. Enjoy your life. Reward yourself. That was the last part I wanted to get to. Reward yourself. I reward myself with a cigar and a donut whether I do anything good or not. But reward yourself. You've done whatever you've done today. You've done something well today. Go back and figure out what that was. Go back and take a look at how are you valuable to somebody today. How are you valuable to yourself? if you have been, and I know you have, find a way to reward yourself. It can be small. Maybe you go out and you buy yourself a coffee in the middle of the day over at your favorite coffee spot, or maybe you take the dogs for a walk, or you go for a walk on your own. Sometimes I like to reward myself by buying some music and downloading it into my iPod. So there's a lot of different things that you can do, small things that you reward yourself, because if you're working in a situation where you're a solo practitioner, maybe an entrepreneur, you don't have very many employees, you just have yourself, and you're the one who has to pat yourself on the back. So you have permission to do that. What have we learned today? We've learned that everything in moderation is good. That is a good practice to make sure that you don't over-abuse or underutilize any of your talents or skills. We've learned that it's okay to forgive yourself when mistakes are made, to go with the flow, to keep on moving ahead, even if it wasn't perfect, very much like today's presentation here, and to reward yourself. You've done valuable things today. You will do valuable things for yourself and for others. And when you do that, find a way to reward yourself, even if it's something small. So that's it for today. I apologize again that I didn't get the feature for comments and questions to be up and running prior to this. If you do want to send some notes on it, feel free to email me, dan@danweedin.com, or jump on my blog at weedin360.com, and I'd be happy to chat about it. We're going to get back on track on Monday the 29th. We're going to be back at noon Pacific Standard Time, noon Pacific Time, and we'll have a new topic to discuss, and I promise that I will be on time for the next one. To all of those of you who are watching live, and to all of you watching later, thanks for making this part a part of what you do, and I hope it's been valuable to you today. We'll see you next week. Ciao.